we're going to look at how you can create a text poster similar to this one. So once you've got your original image, you can start by changing any colouring or removing colour if you wish to. I want to do it in pretty much black and white, so I'm going to reduce my saturation and then look at the levels and just make my darks a little darker and my lights a little lighter. Once you're happy with that, you can then group your layerings together by using the Shift key when selecting and then doing Command E to put those layers together. You also want to unlock that layer as well. Now from here I want to select what parts of the image I want to use and get rid of the parts that I don't. So we're going to use the quick selection tool, and by holding Shift you'll be able to start selecting the parts of the image that you want. If you over select, don't worry, it's easy to remove the parts that you don't want to use. Okay, so you can see here I've got quite a lot, so I'm going to start reducing that down. And I'm happy with that selection. Once you're happy with your selection, you want to press the Refine Edge button up here and then use a Smart Radius. Put your radius up to about 3.5, depending on what you want. You can use these tools such as smoothing, feathering the edges, and when it comes to output, you want to do new layer with layer mask and press OK. And then you should have the new layer with layer mask here. Before we touch that, we're going to create another new layer, drag that in between our two existing layers, use Paint Bucket tool, I've got it on black at the moment, which is what I want, and then pop that behind. Then from here we're going to select the image part of the new layer with layer mask, and we are going to do a selection. So, bear with us. And we're going to select about half the image. And then from here, we're going to create a new layer again. Now that selection's still there, but we are now within the new layer. We're going to use the Paint Bucket tool once again, and I'm going to drop that in as black. Now you can see that it doesn't fill the entire layer, but we're going to go ahead and crop that now. So if I do Command D, that will deselect, and then we can go to the crop tool, and then we can bring that image in close to what we actually want. Perfect. And then accept your selection. Now from here we can start to add some text. So we use our horizontal type tool here, and then we're going to go to the top corner of our screen and bring that in, snap that to the side, and then begin to input my text. Now I have my text setting preset here. I'm going to have my text on white so I can see it, but you can use whatever text you want or it seems appropriate to what you're doing. So I'm sure you can write something slightly more meaningful than this. So once that's complete and you're happy with it, you are then going to move and adjust that however you see fit. It's nice to leave just a small gap between that and the end of the black area. Now from here, over the T in the layers box, you're going to hold Command and select the text, and then once that's selected, you can see the little lines around the text. You're going to select layer 2 and you're going to press delete. Oh, and don't forget to unview your text, and then you'll see the image through it. Now we can Command D and deselect that, and you can see the text is showing through the face is showing through the text, but you can't see it whole, so we need to look at lightening in the areas so you can see all the text. So for this you're going to need to use Dodge tool, and you're going to have it selected onto your shadows, high exposure, and you want to be selected on the face. So then you can start to lighten up that text in areas so you can start to see the text through it. And then you're going to do the same but with midtones. And then we need to affect the background layer. So here I'm going to have my brush on white, select my brush, I'm going to increase my brush size so it's easier. The opacity is low on that notice, and then you can start to lighten some of the areas so you can start to see the text more. And then this is where the layer mask comes in, because some of these edges are quite rough, so we're just going to blend those out, and we're going to blur some of these lines here. So I'm going to reduce my brush size, and then I'm just going to start to soften those edges a little, and blend them more into the background. And there you have it. And that's complete. You've got yourself a text poster.